running a marathon, digesting a meal, breathing, your heart beating. These are all things that could not be done without the muscular system. Most of us associate the muscular system with movement already. We know that muscles help us walk and lift heavy things, but this only factors in one type of muscle. There are actually 3 different types of muscle tissue within this system. The one that most of us know is skeletal muscle, and that's something we voluntarily control. The other 2 types of muscle tissue are controlled involuntarily, meaning that they act automatically. The first of these types is cardiac muscle tissue. This tissue is only found in the heart, and when it contracts, the heart beats. The second of these types is smooth muscle tissue. This tissue lines hollow organs like the stomach and usually does housekeeping actions like pushing food through the intestine. Other than the heart, one of the most important muscles in our body is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is the muscle that allows us to breathe, and while it's usually under involuntary control, since we can breathe intentionally, it's technically a skeletal muscle. With all these crucial muscles within the system, it's important that our muscular system is functioning well. However, some people are born with genetic mutations that lead to weakness and degeneration of the muscles. This is called muscular dystrophy, which is actually a blanket term for a wide variety of muscle weakness diseases. Based on the type of muscular dystrophy one has, different parts of the body can be affected. For example, Duchenne-Becker muscular dystrophy affects the upper arms and legs, whereas myotonic muscular dystrophy starts with areas like the face, neck, arms, and hips, but can expand to the heart, eyes, lungs, and brain. When thinking about it, increasing weakness of these muscles surrounding the heart and lungs can be incredibly dangerous and often fatal. Muscular dystrophies are serious diseases, and it is important to catch them early.
Currently, there is no cure for muscular dystrophy. Medications and various therapies help slow the progression of the disease and keep the patient mobile for the longest possible time. The 2 common ways are using drugs and doing physical therapy. For drugs, the 2 common prescribed drugs for muscular dystrophies are corticosteroids. This type of medication can help increase muscle strength and slow progression, but long-term use can weaken bones and increase weight gain. Heart medications. If the condition impacts the heart, beta blockers and angiotensin-converting enzymes inhibitors may help. For physical therapy, gentle exercise is a range of motion, and the stretching exercise can help combat the inevitable inward movement of limbs as muscles and tensions shorten. Limbs tend to become fixed in position, and these types of activities can help keep them mobile for longer. Standard low-impact aerobic exercise, such as walking and swimming, can also help slow the disease progression. Breathing assistance. As the muscle used to breathing become weaker, it may be necessary to use device to help improve oxygen delivery through the night. In the most severe cases, a patient may need to use a ventilator to breathe on their behalf. Mobility aids, canes, wheelchairs, and walkers can help the person stay mobile. Braces, this keeps muscles and tendons stretched and helps slow their shortening. They also give added support to the user when moving.
How to strengthen the muscular system. So there are 4 tips to keep the muscular system strong and healthy. The first tip is to stretch. This allows the muscles to become more flexible, and they're less likely to be injured if you stretch. Stretching the main muscle groups also can help to drastically reduce muscle tears, and stretching can help muscles to reach their full range of motion. The second tip is diet. What you eat has a huge impact on the health of your muscles. For healthy muscles, it's really important to include protein, carbohydrates, healthy fats, specifically unsaturated fats, vitamins, and minerals in your diet. Proteins are super important because muscles are mostly made up of proteins. So it's important to replenish those proteins because they can be lost during workouts. And just examples of proteins would be meat, seafood, and poultry. Carbohydrates are really important to your diet because they provide fuel for physical activity and promote the release of insulin so that muscles can build new tissues. Examples of carbs would be grains, fruits, and vegetables. Unsaturated fats are important because they help muscle recovery, which is super, super important, especially after working out. And unsaturated fats can be found in walnuts, flaxseed, and different oils like fish oil, peanut oil, or olive oil. And then the last really important thing to a good diet for healthy muscles is vitamins and minerals. Just because taking a daily multivitamin can help the body to receive all the nutrients it needs and keep the body from being nutrient deficient. Some competing or alternative behaviors to our desired behavior would be browsing social media or the internet, watching television, studying and doing homework, and talking or texting on the phone. Benefits of having a strong muscular system. There are many reasons why it is good and important to have a strong muscular system. The first is it increases a person's ability to do harder physical activities for a longer period of time. Next, it helps individuals to maintain a healthy body weight, which is really important in overall health in general. Next, it reduces the risk of bodily injury due to having better stability and balance. Muscles and bones are also stronger and overall healthier, which can lead to a better posture. And building stronger muscles can boost your mood and energy levels and even promote healthier sleep patterns. Exercise and the muscular system. So why is exercise important? Exercise is important because it involves a series of muscular contractions for either long or short periods of time that strengthen the muscular system and improves overall health. There are two types of exercise. The first type is aerobic exercise, and the second type is anaerobic exercise. Aerobic versus anaerobic exercise. Aerobic exercise is exercise that requires endurance and sustains muscle contractions. This type of exercise relies on slow twitch muscle fibers. Examples would be swimming, running, and cycling. Slow twitch muscle fibers are meant to aid in long sustained physical activity. They fatigue slowly, they're red in color, have a high blood supply, and a high number of capillaries and mitochondria. Next is anaerobic exercise. This exercise has a short duration but high intensity muscle contractions. It relies on fast twitch muscle fibers. Examples would be jumping, sprinting, and heavy weightlifting. Fast twitch muscle fibers are meant to aid in very quick and short physical activity. They fatigue very quickly, they're pale in color, have a low blood supply, and low number of capillaries and mitochondria.
One of the chief functions of the muscular system is the production of heat. This is important for the maintenance of homeostasis, maintaining a stable, consistent internal environment. Body temperature must remain within an acceptable range or face adverse physiological consequences. Muscle fibers generate heat by sliding against one another in the sliding filament theory or model. Of course, another apparent function is movement. Skeletal muscles attach to the skeleton. When we move our body's muscles with the assistance of tendons and ligaments help pull the bones in the direction we want to move. Additionally, the heart is composed of muscle, and without a functioning heart, everything else is fruitless. Muscle tissue also stores needed energy in the form of glycogen. This is a reverse energy source that the body utilizes when called upon. The muscular system plays several roles in the human body. It is essential for locomotion, balance and posture, absorbing shock and heat, breathing and digesting food. These are just a few of the important functions that are performed by the muscular system. There are many more. If our bodies don't have muscles, we would not be able to move or even breathe, or our hearts would not be able to circulate blood through the body. For all of these reasons, the muscular system is vital. 3 types of muscles are cardiac muscles, which are found in the heart, smooth muscles, which are involuntary and controlled by the autonomic nervous system. Skeletal muscles are attached to bone and allow us to move. Our muscular system functions to give us mobility, produce heat, absorb the shock of our falls, and other functions. Without it, we would not survive as an organic being. There is no particular main structure of the muscular system, though the one that often comes to mind is our skeletal muscles, which give us mobility and strength. There are voluntary muscles.